Hi there. Welcome again to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday. I'm your host, Madi B, and today I have the pleasure of having two very powerful men next to me, Ramesh Raghuthaman, the managing partner and attorney for D. Miller and Associates, as well as Carl Foster here, the silent owner of this beautiful facility, 9 Innovations. He also played football for University of New Mexico and the Denver Broncos. So this month, all month, we're doing a special edition. In honor of March Madness, we're doing an NCAA NFL concussion questionnaire. So I want to open up those lines of communications for you guys that are out there wanting to ask some questions to the attorney here on any of the questions on the litigation side, on the legal side, as well as Carl Foster, any questions of this beautiful facility and training as an athlete and or a non-athlete. So I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves to you so you guys can get to know them a little bit better. So Ramesh, tell us about your experience with the firm as well as the experience you have with NCAA NFL concussion.
Thank you, Madi. Absolutely wonderful to be back. I know that I wasn't here last week. Again, Carl, I want to say thank you to you and your sons for allowing us the opportunity to be here and do this show. If some of you don't know, I am the managing partner of D. Miller and Associates. We have a number of different campaigns and things that we are working on. Madi just mentioned the NCAA, NFL, concussion litigation campaigns. We are actively involved in both of those. It's been quite the experience. We've really enjoyed helping the athletes and helping them along in this process. And quite frankly, I'm excited about the response that we've gotten from this show.
Yeah.
And the number of questions and inquiries that have come in, not only to our office, but I understand the gym as well, has been outstanding.
Yes, I've got to agree with you. I want to welcome you back because we missed you last time, as well as all of you viewers out there really participating and really asking those questions. I want to thank you guys in advance, as well as those that you guys have reached out to us in the past as well. So I'm going to turn it over to Carl Foster. You guys have met his son here last week and the week before that. So Carl Foster, tell us a little bit about your experience and what do you do for this facility and what do you have to bring?
Well, thank you, Madi. Thank you, Ramesh. I do just about everything here, from the administrative work to making sure the trainers are taken care of. I work with our accounting department. I work with our marketing department. Just a little bit of everything. And at this point, we're attempting to grow. So we've done some expansion into the Houston community. We've reached out to a new school that's going to be opening up sometime in the month of August. We've also reached down to Gilruth to start working with them, doing some camps and clinics down there. So I'm excited to work with the facility and anybody in the community in Houston.
Wow, so it sounds like, and I'm going to ask you in a little bit, all those endeavors that you guys have, you just said camps, you just said schools, so I want to kind of pick your brain a little bit more later in the show, but tell them a little bit about your history. So you mentioned to me that you played football for University of New Mexico. Okay, that's awesome. And I think your son went to the same school to do track, and that's Abdul Foster, and you played for the Denver Broncos. So tell us a little bit about that. And then after that, I think you went to the hotel business. So tell our viewers a little bit about that, which has made you the well-rounded owner here and helping out with 9 Innovations.
Yes, actually, I did play for the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And then from there, I was up in Denver. And then from there, I entered into the hospitality industry for about 30 years. And actually, my son played for FAMU, which is down in Florida. But all of my kids were born in New Mexico. So, yeah, that's been quite the venture. And it's been a lot of fun. Left the hospitality industry with the intent to retire, and came down here to help out and have not retired. Let's put it that way. So,
Well, that's awesome. Well, you thought you retired, but here you are again, and you are working. But it is, I'm pretty sure, something that you love to do. I really sense the passion that you have, as well as when we had Abdul on here. There's a lot of passion and very family oriented here. So we'll get into a little bit later, a little bit more into that. So thank you for that. So I definitely want to welcome all you guys. I want to thank you guys in advance for liking our page, liking the show, and most importantly, sharing it. The more you share, the more people get to hear the same message that helps more than one person, not just you guys. If you guys have the question, I'm sure someone else has the same question. So I want to open up those lines of communications for you guys. If you guys have any questions for these two guys that I have beside me, they're ready to go. I know I have a question coming up already. This one is from Rob J. So you guys ready for the question? Okay, they're eager and ready. So this one is Rob J. Hey, Rob J. He said, I played basketball in the university level and was knocked out. When I went to our trainer, they didn't tell me that I had a concussion. Would you be able to help me? Sorry to hear that, Rob J. I will repeat it one more time for those that are just tuning in. So I played basketball on the university level and was knocked out. When I went to our trainer, they didn't tell me that I had a concussion. Would you be able to help me? Attorney Ramesh.
Thank you, Marty. Rob, one of the things that I will tell you that we deal with on a number of these types of cases, whether it's the NCAA or the NFL, is the majority of concussions are undiagnosed, not properly looked at. Most of the time, people don't know that they actually had them. To answer your question specifically, absolutely we can help you. The first thing I'd say to you again is give us a call. Call us at 713-850-8600. But in the meantime, when you do, make sure you have put together any kind of paperwork or any kind of documentation that will absolutely help us in kind of going over your case and leading us and showing us the direction in which we need to take it.
Awesome. So yes, Rob J, make sure you have all that stuff, and we will follow up with you after the show. But that phone number again is 713-850-8600. And I've said this several times, but every case is very different. So having those documentations is very important for our team to be able to really help you on your matter and your case. So we have a dedicated team. The managing partner and attorney, Ramesh Raghuthaman, he's ready to go, but he also has a designated team at T. Miller & Associates. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And, I'm really proud of the team and the staff that we have. We, make everything easy for the client, and we'd like to streamline the process. So, again, Rob, if there's questions you have, we'll reach out to you after the show, and, we'll address any issue, answer every question, and we'll go from there, and look forward to speaking with you.
Yes, thank you, Rob J. So I want to turn it over to Carl. So with your facility, we talked to Abdul last time, and he was mentioning that you guys train athletes on getting stronger, faster, preventing injuries, and really just helping the athlete all over. So how do you build a basketball player? That Rob J is a basketball player. So how do you build on a basketball player or any sport that they do here in Houston?
Well, basketball training is a little different than any other sport. But similar. I know that sounds like a contradiction. Well, we always try to start with the core out with anything that we do as far as training an athlete is concerned. So that will be the foundation and the focal point of where we would start. Of course, if it's a football player or a rugby player, you want you want and need a little bit more upper body strength. You don't need as much flexibility up top as you would with a basketball player. So there's not as much heavy weightlifting is what I'm saying when it comes to a basketball player as it would be in those types of sports. However, for a basketball player, you'd want a lot more agility, you want a lot more flexibility, a lot more ability to explode, if you will, up to the side. Because it's a different sport than football would be. So there's still some weights involved, contingent on their age. We don't want to put them on weights too young. Right. However, we stay away from the weights when it comes to basketball players.
Awesome.
And I think I can add a little something just from our experience, from people that I know that have trained and worked with your trainers and the excellent trainers that Abdul had mentioned on the previous show here. I think the philosophy that separates Nine Innovations is they have a core belief on how to get healthier, how to make your body stronger, and that's what separates their approach versus a lot of these other approaches where it's just, whatever, try to get stronger, try to get bigger, try to get faster. There's a reason behind it. There's a philosophy behind it. And, that's the stuff that we're hearing.
And just if I could add to that, each sport has its own program that is written for it. Like if we have a baseball player in here, then there's a program written just for that particular sport. If there's a soccer player, there's a program written for that sport. If there's basketball, as you were inquiring about, there's a program written for that sport. And you have to keep it designed as such. Otherwise, the players are going to kind of get out of their lane. You don't want a real big, bulky basketball player. It just doesn't. Right. It doesn't work.
Right.
I have a follow-up question with the programs, Carl. How inclusive or tailored are these programs? I mean, in addition to aerobic and actual physical working out, do you discuss nutrition? Do you discuss healthy living, lifestyle, rest, sleep, those kind of issues?
Everybody that walks through our facility, whether they are infused in a certain sport, whether they are not, gets the conversation about diet, because you can't have good performance if your diet isn't correct. To answer your question, so that's a heavy conversation. Okay, as far as the programs, we have our trainers sit down, they collaborate with our Dr. Tran, and they really put a lot of effort and time into it. Every one of the trainers are NASM certified. They're kinesiology majors, so they kind of know what they're talking about when it comes to writing a program, a specific program.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, that is fantastic. And as you can hear, they tailor it to the athlete as well as the non-athlete as well. So they really analyze and see what the needs are and the sport as well. And that way you can grow as an athlete, stronger, faster, or even as an individual that just wants to be healthy. Look at this facility. This facility is beautiful. There's a lot of equipment all around ready for exactly what he said, for the agility, for the height, explosiveness. And you guys are always getting new equipment too. Always getting new equipment. So you guys are always in good hands. So I want to welcome you guys, whether you guys are an athlete or non-athlete, to ask him about the questions as far as how to get in the door, how to get in the healthy lifestyle, how to get faster and stronger. That is what they're here for, and they're good at what they do for sure. So I want to open up those lines of communications. If it's something a little bit more private, we will not air it on Facebook Live. We also have the phone number. So ours is 713-850-8600. You can also send us a direct message and we'll get you in contact. If it's for Carl Foster, then we'll get you in contact with their facility as well directly. And you can also send us emails. Sky's the limit. Communication, you can always communicate with both of us either which way, right? And right now, the phone number for 9 Innovations is 832-987-2214. So if you guys have any direct questions, and it's a little bit private. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next question. This one's from Ryan. Ryan is saying, is wrestling a sport that you guys consider? I think this question's for both of you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and start with attorney Ramesh Raghuthaman. However, this is a question pretty much for both because it doesn't really specify. Is wrestling a sport that you guys consider?
Well, again, absolutely. Wrestling is a contact sport in the NCAA. Everything would apply as it would with all of the other contact sports, such as football. If you have questions or if you'd like to discuss, your case or your situation, I really look forward to hearing from you. We can contact you after the show. Mari just gave you the phone number, but certainly you are one of the you are participating in one of the qualified sports, and it is something that we can help you with.
Awesome. So Ryan, D. Miller & Associates, yes, we could definitely help you, just like the attorney just stated right now. And I'm going to turn it over to Carl. Wrestling, is that a sport that you guys work with?
100% yes, Ryan, definitely. wrestling is one of those sports that you have to have a very high endurance. Had a very dear friend who wrestled for years out of Louisiana, and we actually have had a few wrestlers here. And because it's a high endurance sport, you need a lot of cardiovascular work. So that's 100% yes.
Awesome. So yes, Brian, you're in good hands with both of these powerful, strong men that are beside me right now. So I know, Carl, last time we mentioned about earlier sport and non-sport, that you guys help those type of clients here. So how many years experience do your trainers have in all sports, and what sports do they specialize in? I'm pretty sure different trainers specialize in different type of sports. And do you train? I mean, I know you wanted to retire.
And anybody that wants to join me, but no, I don't train personally. And as far as the years between all of our trainers, I'm sorry, it has to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 100 years total with all of our trainers. Guys have been around for a long time. I know Abdul has been around for years. Dose has been around for years. Taj has been around for years. Alicia's been around for a while. So there's some years in between all of them where they've had opportunities to gain and garner some great experience. They can pretty much help anybody out. It doesn't necessarily have to be a professional athlete. It doesn't have to be a high school athlete or a collegiate athlete. We actually took the time last year to work with Dr. Tran to put together a weight loss program, as an example. We'll bring someone in, assess where they're at, what their goals are. If they want to lose weight, we'll show them exactly what they need to do. Have that dietary talk with them again, because you can't exercise away a bad diet. Okay, it's just not going to happen. And from there, we put together other types of programs, individuals that would really truly like to do some toning, something to that effect. I mean, we have various programs that will work for everybody out there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I think, and I'd just like to add, I think that the key difference is most of us know we don't seek help unless it gives us help. And when you have trainers and when you have staff that, are well-versed in this area, they know what they're doing, and they're making a difference in whatever area you want to improve on, that's the goal. And the fact is, it doesn't matter where you are on the athletic spectrum, where you're starting or where you're beginning. The point is, we can make a change, we can make you healthier, and we have the people who know how to do it.
We even started working with, just as an example to answer your question, we even started working with some people from and through a medical facility. We were able to help a gentleman by the name of Dr. Berkeley bring himself to a position where he's not using his walker anymore. He had some nerve issues. We collaborated with Tony and the trainers, and these guys did a phenomenal job with him. He literally comes here every week. So pretty much anything that you can think of, we've been able to touch and assist with.
That's a great story.
That's awesome. And I know he's mentioning Dr. Tony Tran. If you guys have a chance to also go to his Facebook or Instagram, the transformations that he has done has been very incredible. I follow him, so I see that some people can't even bend their arm, and once coming here for a month, they're able to straighten it a little bit more. So it's awesome to see the transformation also. So you work really closely with him, and you never know, he might be on the show as well, showing you guys, never know. But next show, I don't know if you want to consider this, but maybe we can show our viewers a little bit of what you guys do as far as the type of moves and the type of exercises that you guys have to offer, just to the fundamental. I don't know if I could do the extensive level 10. And we have the attorney here too. So we have the attorney and the managing partner, Ramesh Raghuthaman, also that wants to do it. Is that something that you guys want to consider? I talked to Abdul kind of briefly last Tuesday about it, but what do you think about next Tuesday, us being here, instead of these chairs, throw the chairs to the side, put our athletic shoes on, and see about some exercises that you guys want to teach the viewers with us?
Are you ready for that, Ramesh?
I can be.
Okay, well, we're ready. So what do you think about that?
That would be fun. I think that that's something that we could potentially do. I'll speak with the trainers, but I think they would love to do that, to be able to especially get you on the carpet, so to speak. And how would you guys like to see him sweat? How fun would that be? Okay. But I think that's something we could do.
Awesome. Well, that sounds fun, and it's also good for you viewers as well that are trying to live a healthy lifestyle, not just the athletes, but the non-athletes as well. So that way we can get a taste of what they have to offer right here in this section. We'll get some weights and stuff here. So stay tuned maybe next Tuesday for sure. That's going to be a plan. We're going to make that a plan. The attorney here and myself will be here ready to go. So we're going to be the guinea pigs. So you're ready, right?
Do we need a waiver?
Make sure you get one signed.
Okay, so we'll get everything that we need to prior to the show. So again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday, every Tuesday from 3 to 4. I'm your host, Madi B. And I also want to thank all of you guys that are listening from Code Green Radio Show every Saturday from 7 p.m. Eastern Time on SB Nation Radio app. Shout out to the hosts, Rich and Craig. They're also airing this show right here. So I want to shout out to you guys for listening as well, and listening on all the Saturdays that they're airing this show. So it's pretty cool, huh? That we have our show in multiple channels. So I want to thank you guys for listening, as well as those right now watching us live. So I'm going to go to the next question that we have one, and we'll go into a little bit more. I have some awesome announcements to give you guys about our heroic behavior and where we're at, so stay tuned for that. So this one's from Jamie. Jamie's saying, I love that you guys are helping all sports and focus on football players from at 9. I suffered from a concussion several times, and this was the norm in football in college. What will I qualify to work with you guys?
Well, again, absolutely. If you have played collegiate football or a NCAA contact sport and you've suffered a head injury or are dealing with symptoms from a traumatic brain injury, absolutely you are qualified to work with us, to call us, to see what we can do to help you, to see what needs to be done with the issues that you are dealing with, and some of the difficulties that you are struggling with. We are absolutely equipped to help you with that. Again, you can reach out to me. The number is 713-850-8600, and we'll definitely reach out to you after the show. But again, yes, rest assured, we absolutely can help you, and we look forward to speaking with you and starting the process.
Thank you. And I know Jamie did mention that he loves that we focus on all sports, and how 9 Innovations also focuses on the form of football players. So I'm pretty sure he got that from last time, because Abdul touched on that. Do you want to touch a little bit more on that, on how you guys really increase the form?
Well, I think the form is more increased through probably their overall work. I'm trying to really capture it, and it would be their overall work. We start them off with an assessment to find out where they're at, and then from there we would move into things like their fast twitch muscles. We would move into things like their individual strength, where they're at, where their needs are there, and then from there we would progress probably from inside the facility to outside, to do some work in the sand, and then to do some work outdoors at a park or something to that effect, where we could increase their speed. And that goes for all positions as well.
Awesome.
I have a follow-up. Just to follow what you were saying, do they tailor techniques and different type of drills and exercises that are specific to the athlete that you're working with?
Well, not necessarily to the athlete, but to the athlete's position. So let's say, for example, if we have a lineman, We're not going to train a lineman the same way that we're going to train a wide receiver. We're not going to train a quarterback the same way we would train a running back. The needs just aren't the same. So there's specific tailoring that goes along per position, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And I know earlier you just said that you guys have a sandbox. You guys can't see it right now, but down this way, there's still more room over here. There is a sandbox out there. You guys do drills. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if we would want to do that, but everything's harder in the sand. But also there's pictures all around the gym as well as where you guys go to the park, do uphill and downhill training. So you guys are in good hands for those fast twitch muscles, all that good stuff. So, yes, they have the equipment, and if not, it's okay. They will go offside and get you ready to go. Exactly. So I want to welcome you guys as well today. Thank you guys for all the viewers that we have and all of you guys that have already shared our page and our show. And thank you for liking our show as well. I want to talk a little bit about D. Miller & Associates, Your Legal Heroes. So Your Legal Heroes has something every month called Heroic Behavior. Okay. This is something really cool. Every month we're doing it. And this month we're giving out $50 gift certificate. I have them right here. Let me get the gifts. Right here, $50 gift certificate to Pluckers. Okay, in order for you to qualify to win these awesome gift cards, what you have to do is go on our page, like our page, make sure you like the page, and then go on a picture. There's going to be a picture of me and my friend Giselle holding some wings. Like that picture, and then you have to share it on your Facebook. All three of those things qualifies you for a chance to win these. And you guys already did it, right? Because you guys want some wings as well. Exactly. Who doesn't like wings? And if you guys are a sports person, and you can watch March Madness there. Perfect place to watch March Madness, right? So I want to invite you guys to do the heroic behavior this month. Next month is going to be something different. And next Tuesday on the show, we're going to announce the winner. So as we're getting sweaty and, all that fun stuff, we're going to announce the winner here on this show, on this floor. So y'all be ready. Make sure you go participate and share it so that your friends and family can participate as well. Okay, so do you guys have anything to add with that?
Yeah, I'd just like to say on behalf of the firm, this is something that we're very proud of. This is something that, is very important to us. We want to give back to the community. We want to engage with the community. We come from a very close-knit group, and we're proud of where our community, we're proud of our city, we're proud of what we're doing, and we're very happy to give back. And we want to be a pillar in the community that people can rely on and count on. And please, I'm going to echo Mari, like, share.
Exactly. The managing partner and attorney for D. Miller & Associates said it himself. I didn't have to say it. So just like he said, yes, we're very involved in the community. And a little later, I'm going to talk about our upcoming event. But it's not just D. Miller & Associates. It's involved in the community. Nine Innovations is very involved in the community as well. We'll touch a little bit more about that. Both of you guys can just touch a little bit of what we do on D. Miller & Associates and what you guys have coming up. So, Carl, I wanted to ask, the type of people that come in through these doors, what kind of concerns or questions do you normally get? I'm sure there's a viewer out there that's thinking, I can't walk into this gym. There's just a lot. But just to make them comfortable, what kind of concerns or, issues do you get as far as the healthy lifestyle?
Well, one of the biggest issues / concerns / questions that we get is because people go to our website and they see pictures or videos of professional athletes that train here. And yes, we do train professional athletes or collegiate athletes. One of the first questions they ask is, how would I fit into a facility like that? I'm not a professional athlete. And our answer to that question is, it doesn't matter who you are, because we have a program just tailored for you. Okay, we're going to make sure that we take into consideration your needs, where you're at, and what your goals are, and where you're trying to get to. That's probably one of the biggest concerns we have. The other concerns that we have is price points, and what's the cost going to be. Of course, if we see a professional athlete, God, we can't afford anything like that if you're that specialized. And my answer to that question is always the same: we're going to make it work for you. Because what we found out is we do have something special here And because it's special, we want to be able to share that with the community. We want to be able to give back to the community. We want to see people that want to get to the next level with their health, as opposed to waiting till you're 70, 60, 70 years old to go to the doctor. Let's start now while you're young and put some preventative health care measures in your life so that you don't have to do that when you're older.
Yeah, that's right. I think what stuck out for me in the similarities between our two organizations is we're inclusive. We want to be a part of it. We want everybody to be a part of it. I really, the way you answered the question is, that is the core ethos that we like to have at our law firm. We're able to help everybody. And if we can't help you specifically, we can find someone that can. Okay. And, sharing that has allowed us to, do these wonderful things together, like the show, like being able to meet your son Abdul and his book. And, that always brings everyone together. And when you touch the community like that, you make a difference.
Yes, they both said it. We do help any and everybody that's out there. You guys viewing right now, we can help you in every which way, either the legal side or even the getting healthy lifestyle side. So yes, we're here for you guys, a community. Houston, we are located in Houston, Texas, also in the Valley, and Seattle, Washington. Right now, you guys are located for now in Houston. But I know you guys also have some trainers that travel and making your mark from 9 Innovations elsewhere as well. Exactly. So we are trying to spread this love that we have here and our passion that we have to all of you guys that are watching and anybody that's in the community. So that is such a beautiful thing, such a beautiful thing. And I want to thank both of you guys for that. So thank you guys. I have a question coming up. This one's from Jenny. Hey, Jenny. Jenny's saying, I want to start working out at your gym. Ooh, this goes perfect. Jenny's watching over here. Okay, Jenny, because what I see in the background looks like an awesome environment. What are the steps I need to take to get signed up? She is ready to go. So yes, Jenny, this is awesome. Look behind me. There's just a lot going in. If you guys can zoom in. But Carl, how can you help them?
Jenny, call our number here at the facility, which is 832-987-2214. And then from there, we will connect you with the trainer, or we'll connect you with the time to come in and work with the trainer. The first workouts on us is complimentary, won't cost you anything, and then we'll try to tailor a program that's designed for you. That's how you just kind of get started with us.
Wow, that's awesome. Did you guys hear him? The first workout is complimentary. All of you guys should be coming in here. And then after that, those trainers assess you guys and see what is needed, put you on a plan, and then they talk about the full-on plan for the individual. So you guys should just hop on it. Definitely hop on it. That phone number, again, I'm going to repeat your phone number, is 832-987-2214. So for Jenny, definitely give them a call. Carl will be the one to help you, and they'll get you in here. Maybe you can work out with us next Tuesday or something, because we will be here. So I wanted to touch a little bit on the DMA cares and or what we do for the community. So I know Ramesh Raghuthaman mentioned how important it is for D. Miller & Associates to be involved in the community. DMA cares is our community sector, how we really give back. And I know something we have coming up in May 10th is Houston Children's Charity. It's a parking lot party. So look down at the comments below. Our address is going to be below. Make sure you follow our Facebook page so that you can see that flyer as well. And I know 9 Innovations is very involved with our events as well. So I know you got to do it last year, the Houston Children's Charity. Do you want to add a little bit on how impactful that was?
The Houston Children's Charity and for D. Miller & Associates, that is a cause that we believe in. I can tell you over the years, we have committed to providing beds for children that don't have beds, and basically taking and helping those who are less fortunate than us. We've all had some tough times here in the city lately. We've had a significant amount of devastation and loss, and honestly, I don't know anyone who was not personally affected, either themselves or someone close to them. And the amount of loss and the the rebuild is still going on. It's out of the news cycle, and people tend to forget, but you drive through any of these neighborhoods, people are still rebuilding. And where we started with this is that the most important thing to us was always the children, and to be able to provide a bed or provide clothing and food or any type of help for children was a cause that we wanted to get behind. It's something that we're committed to. It's something that the charity can count on us to be there with them. We spread the word, and it's not about us. It's not about anybody else. It is about children who don't have beds getting beds. Thank you, Monty.
Yeah, so you heard the impact, and that's a good testimony right there. But let me talk a little bit about the event. So every $100 that we receive gets a bed, a pillow, and a sheet for those children here in Houston that do not have a bed and that are in need. Now that Hurricane Harvey hit, there is more children on that list. So we are doing this for a good cause. It's a Houston Children's Charity parking lot party that we have. So we're wanting to welcome loose change. If you guys are in the area and have a couple either loose change or a couple bucks to spare, come by, donate, because every $100 is what's going to make a difference in a life. So one of the little lives that we have here. Now, Magic 102 will be on site as well. So we're going to have the radio station. We're going to have food, drinks, stuff like that, Build-A-Bear. So there's going to be more surprises that I will announce for you guys. But please come out and check it out. And like he said, it's such an impact in our community, and we love to give back to Houston Children's Charity, and we want you guys as well to be a part of that. So Carl, talk a little bit about how you guys give back to the community, what you guys have in store, what you guys have coming up. You mentioned already a couple things, but you can elaborate now for the viewers if they want to participate with you guys.
Well, we're on the same page with you. Hurricane Harvey was devastating, obviously, and I think that it goes to the old saying, out of sight, out of mind. A lot of people have kind of forgotten about it, but those of us that are in Houston still know that there's still residual effects, and what you all are doing is fabulous and fantastic in our opinion. When Hurricane Harvey hit here, we had a drive here at our facility. We literally shut the facility down. We had goods that were donated, and we did everything in our power to get it out to the community. We did it for 2 days. There were areas that people had totally forgotten about, or no one even knew they were affected by the hurricane, that we had some very close individuals call and find where these families were. Churches, community areas, and we were able to disseminate a lot of goods to a lot of different places that were probably going to be forgotten about. And we intend to do that in the near future. Last Christmas, we had an event up at a warehouse where we gave away quite a bit of toys. We did a toy drive. We do those things in the community all the time, and we intend to continue to do those things for the Houston community.
I'm really glad that you mentioned the toy drive, because if you recall, that was the first time we met was when I came here, when you had your toy drive here. And, I bring that up. I know that you had mentioned it because, Monty, I don't know if you remember, but the turnout, the amount of toys, and just the quality of the goods, it was amazing. And it was amazing to see Nine Innovations open its doors. It was amazing to see your clientele be here. It was amazing to see all the people that you guys work with all participate. All of the people that y'all work with participated, and that tells me a lot. And we were proud to be a part of that. We would love to be a part of that in the future. And anytime that there's good works to be done, we'd like to be involved.
Yes, yes, I do remember that. I remember walking in this facility with the attorney here, bags and bags of toys that we were coming to bring, and they already had a whole bunch of toys. So yes, this is just super impactful for me, and I mentioned this to you guys. There's a lot of community service that we do. So we also do Toys for Tots, Houston Children's Charity. We have a lot of charities that we work with, Veterans Charity that we have, TBI, that's our motorcycle one. all of those, I'll let you know coming soon when those come up. But the nearest one is May 10th, the one on our parking lot, Houston Children's Charity. Every $100, it goes to a child in need of a bed, pillow, and sheet. So I'm around this great community service that we are a part of. So we have some, and then when they have some, we come and we help them out as well. So we're all very united as one little family. So that's awesome. So I have a question coming up. This one's from James T. James T is saying, I played football and basketball for my college. I remember blacking out and then going out to play. How do you evaluate if I have suffered from a concussion? This sounds like something common. I'm pretty sure you can let James T know that you've heard this before. But James T is saying, again, I played football and basketball for my college. I remember blacking out and then going out to play. How do you evaluate if I suffered from a concussion?
James, again, just like Madi said, Madi hit it on the head. Yeah, we have absolutely heard this type of scenario before, this situation, this type of history. I'm going to say it again. Unfortunately, most of what we would say or call concussions go undiagnosed, go untreated. You hear terms like, oh, he got his bell rung, or, he got knocked silly, he'll be back. Those are serious types of injuries. And, while it's difficult to assess without, getting some more details and talking to you, which we can do right after this show, any type of medical records, any type of symptomology that you're able to give and details, we'll be able to help evaluate. We just like we have a wonderful staff at the firm, we have a entire network of trained providers and people that who are in a position and can help diagnose anything and give you answers to any of the questions that you have and any of the difficulties or symptoms that you're suffering with. But yeah, Madi, this is something that is common. And as you can see, we get this a lot on our social media. I know you get asked these questions a lot, and we encourage you to continue to ask it. And, we're here for you.
Yeah. Just like Ramesh said, if you guys don't ask, you won't know. So yes, we want to encourage those questions. He's heard it all. He's definitely very good at this special division that we have at D. Miller & Associates, NCAA NFL concussion. So James T., you are in good hands. I say that all the time, but seriously, you're in good hands here at D. Miller & Associates. So here today, we're doing a special edition NCAA NFL concussion. We also take other cases. So we take MVA vehicle, 18-wheeler, commercial, slip and fall, dog bite, pharmaceutical drugs, medical devices, natural disasters, just to name a few. But today we're focusing in honor of March Madness, NCAA and NFL concussion. So I want to ask Carl, so have you guys had any athletes come to Nine Innovations that have had a concussion, kind of like James T? If so, do you guys train them a little different and just a little bit more cautious?
Well, we have had athletes that have come through and had that condition, and we try not to train them until they're released. For liability reasons. And if they walk in and you're throwing up and you have a headache, well, you probably won't get trained. Let's just put it that way. First thing we're going to do is send them to Tony. We'll send them back to you all, find out what their condition is, try to assess and make sure that it is a real true concussion. And if that's the case, until they get released, it's just not a good scenario for them. It really isn't.
Well, that's really good. And if there's any athletes out there and you have any symptoms, if you're kind of confused on the symptoms, we'll be able to guide you. But don't be stubborn, because it's for your health. So don't try to come and get trained, because it's just going to put you in a worse situation. So listen to your body. And if you need help, give us a call, and we have the proper people that can, or someone that can see you, a doctor or a trainer. We have the sources. So please give us a call, either number. So I'm going to give you our D. Miller & Associates 713-850-8600.
I just want to add one more point to that, and that is to the athletes that are sitting and have played, collegiate sport and are questioning, some of the things that are going on in their life. All I'm going to tell you is, through the course of our representation in this process, trust your body, trust your loved ones. If you feel that something's off, trust your gut. If your loved ones, those that are close to you, are telling you things that, you know, they didn't tell you before, or they're making comments on behavior changes, mood changes, decision making, any of those things, trust those that are around you. Trust the people that are looking out for you. These are the biggest mistakes that people make, is that they don't think that they have a problem. And we want to avoid that.
That is great advice. Not just for the athletes, but anybody out there. Trust your body and your loved ones. So that was awesome advice. You heard it from himself, the managing partner, attorney Ramesh Raghuthaman. So that was really good. Make sure you guys do that. Trust your family and your body. So I have a question for Ramesh. This question, I want to know for the viewers as well, what type of questions, concerns have you received within your experience at D. Miller & Associate in the NCAA NFL concussion cases in our law office? Like, what kind of concerns or like common things have you heard? So it might help somebody out there.
Marty, it's a fantastic question, and I'm really glad I have the opportunity to just even briefly touch on this. You know, a lot of times we have an image of an athlete, and, you know, these athletes have a mentality of, you know, I'm fine. I mean, I'm okay. No, nothing's hurting. And, you know, the symptomology and the suffering that I have heard from our clients, like, it's real. This is something that we are doing something about it. You know, I hear things that people who don't have any stomach issues, all of a sudden, I'm nauseous now. You know, seeing spots. You know, brain injury, traumatic brain injury, the symptoms, some of the telltale signs, they're very obvious. Sometimes they can be very subtle. So it's always important to, you know, like I had mentioned earlier, kind of trust your body, trust yourself. But, you know, the common things that I hear are, hey, I never had this ailment before, now I do. The other common thing I hear from is, I hear from the loved ones, I hear from wives, I hear from sons, I hear from daughters. He's not the same person anymore. You hear that with behavior changes, mood changes. So when you hear the same things over and over again, you know that we're dealing with similar type injuries. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Carl, would you like to add on this? I know you have a different view on it from having a son that is an athlete in the NFL, former NFL player, you also playing. Do you also receive some of these? Right now, he's getting concerns on the legal side, but as far as players here and professional athletes that you guys train, are those some concerns that you also hear, and maybe from like the loved ones and stuff like that?
Yeah, we've heard a few along the way over the years. You know, your temperament will change, your attitude will change. There's definitely mood swings, because one minute you're happy, the next you're sad, and
It wasn't like that before.
Yeah, and it wasn't like that before. You don't even know why. You know, you're kind of disoriented, if you will, and it's a very serious issue, and it's not to be taken lightly. You know, and I think that anybody that is having those issues and you don't know you're having those issues, and your family is telling you you're having those issues, listen to your loved ones, because they're not going to steer you wrong.
You guys heard it from two different sides, from the attorney and from the owner of this facility. Kind of the same answer. So if you guys are watching or listening, and you have someone that is an athlete and is suffering of any of the symptoms that they just touched on, it's a concern. So please give us a call, and we'll be able to guide you on that. It's not normal, and like they said, it is a serious matter, and we are here to help on both sides. When we recognize those things, we have a passion, so we're here to definitely help. Absolutely. So we're here. So Carl, I wanted to ask you and kind of elaborate a little bit more. You have two very successful sons, but you also have a daughter. You have a daughter, two sons and a daughter. So Abdul Foster has been on our show for the last 2 weeks, and he has a book. And then Arian Foster is a former NFL player, and he has a podcast. So do you want to talk a little bit about their business endeavors, their opportunities, and from the outside looking in as a father, do you want to touch a little bit about that for the viewers watching that, you know, really support your sons?
Okay, so I'll start with my daughter. Okay. because I am extremely proud of her and her journey. She received her master's degree, did her practicum in South Africa. All of the family was there when she received her master's and watched her give the commencement speech. She was the valedictorian of her class. Yes, she's absolutely brilliant. Nobody should ever challenge her in history because they will lose that battle, okay? Yes. And as far as social sciences, you will lose that battle, okay? But, yeah, I'm extremely proud of her. As far as my sons are concerned, yes, I'm extremely proud of them too. So if I'm a gloating dad, I apologize, all right? My son Abdul has written a book. He's published. Something that I could never foresee doing in my personal life. He spent a lot of time putting that piece together. Tons of valuable information in there, and it's a simple read. It's not a difficult read. It will point you in the right direction as far as your fitness is concerned and your health is concerned. And I would encourage anybody that is trying to get to the next level and become part of the next generation of football. They need to read that book. You know, having been an old football player myself, and I've read the book, it is very, very well put together. Yeah. Okay? And then as far as my other son is concerned, always proud of the accomplishments that he has had in his life. You know, he kind of speaks for himself. 4-time Pro Bowler. You know, he retired about a year or so ago. And just within the last year, he's gotten on this platform with podcasts, and recently last week he has the #1 sports podcast, not in the country but the world. And it fluctuates, but when we pulled that up, we were quite enamored by what he had done. So yeah, you all might ought to go to that. It's What's Next, Arian Foster. So all of my children, I'm just so absolutely proud of what they've done.
And you know, I'd just like to add, I've had the good fortune of being able to meet your family and spend some time with your sons, and I can tell you, you know, with the book that Abdul did, it's very content rich. I mean, there's a lot of information in there. This is not you know, a junior level book. I mean, this is a fitness book. It is something that you will get a lot out of. Anybody who takes it in will get a lot out of it, and I can't promote it enough. I mean, if there's anybody out there, that you definitely need this. And I do want to touch on Arian and the podcast. What separates Arian from all the other football players is that he's absolutely articulate, and he knows what he's talking about. He's able to convey that message, and you know, his philosophies and his views, you can tell that he comes from a strong family. And listen, we're very proud to be associated with you.
Mm-hmm. So yes, just like he said about that book, I know I have a copy. I know you have a copy as well. And yes, it has really good information on there. There's pictures. So yeah. So if you don't want to read, there's pictures there showing you examples, which next time, again, we're going to be here. We're going to be those live examples for you guys. But for those people listening and or watching, how can they purchase that book? I have one, so I'm good. But they want to purchase one. So how can they?
So go to our website, 9innovations.com. And if you'd like to purchase one of Abdul's books, you can get it there. Just go there, follow the prompts, and you can pick one up. I believe they're about $15.
Awesome. And the address for 9 Innovations will also be below. So if you guys want to come here, if you're in the Houston area, if not, like he said, the website is how you guys can get a book. So I'm now going to turn it to both of these powerful men. Do you guys have any closing statements, arguments, thoughts for our viewers that you want to share for those that are watching and listening?
Thank you again, Mari. You do an incredible job on this show. I don't know how you do it. It's easy for Carl and I when we got a good quarterback here. So I want to thank you for the excellent work you always do. I also want to thank 9 Innovations, Abdul, Carl. Thank you. We appreciate the opportunity, but more importantly, we treasure our relationship with y'all. we're like-minded people, and it makes all of this so exciting and fun. This is not work for me, and I enjoy it. So thank you, and to everybody who tunes in and watches and supports us, like, share. We really, really appreciate it, and it means a lot to us. Thank you.
Man, those are good closing points. You're welcome. It is my pleasure to be your host, Madi B. So what about Carl? What do you have for the viewers and listeners?
Gee, I don't want to get too mushy here, but, thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of your family. We should be the ones thanking you. This wonderful platform to do some promoting of our facility, and it really, truly is about teamwork. We couldn't do what we do without folks like yourself. Thank you so much, Madi, and Ramesh and D. Miller, who's not here. We're going to get him in here one day too, okay? And also I want to thank our trainers, Taj and Dose. These guys work so hard, and I think they deserve so much credit. Thanks to my son, Abdul, Arian, and thank you guys once again. Couldn't do it without him.
So pretty soon, you guys are going to meet all these people that you guys are hearing their names. You already met Abdul. You were going to meet the trainers next week. So yes, we are a family, and we want you guys to be a part of that family. So we're very united here. So I want to thank you guys. Like Ramesh said, thank you guys for being a part of the show, liking the show, and sharing the show. I want to encourage you guys to go like our page. Keep up with any news that we have. If it has to do with Nine Innovations or our community, we definitely will post it there. So we would love for you guys to be a part of anything that we're a part of as well. So I want to thank you for being on Talk to Me Tuesday, every Tuesday from 3 to 5. I'm your host, Madi B. Until next time.